Hello! Would you like to know 5 life-changing strategies that can strengthen your immunity, lower and even reverse your risk of heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, as well as some cancers? Bonus health benefits include optimized kidney function, healthy weight, improved memory, and a longer lifespan. Hi, I'm Lillian Balbach. I'm a registered dietitian and a lifestyle medicine professional who loves to help individuals and families to achieve their optimum health and lifestyle goals. In this country, we're so blessed with the ability to produce an abundance of healthful food, and it's available to most of us all year round. Yet, a recent national report shows that a poor diet is now the leading cause of poor health in the United States, causing more than 500,000 deaths per year. Cardiovascular disease afflicts half of American adults. Nearly 3 in 4 Americans are obese or overweight. 19% of our children and adolescents are obese. Nearly half of our adults suffer from diabetes or prediabetes, while 1 in 3 children are expected to develop type 2 diabetes. This is why so many Americans have been vulnerable to COVID. A research study from the University of California showed that less than 1 in 8 Americans are metabolically healthy. That means only 1 in 8 have optimal blood sugar, triglycerides, cholesterol, blood pressure, and a normal waist circumference. So in other words, for every 1 healthy American, 7 others are at increased risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, suppressed immunity, plus increased risk of infections, pneumonia, and cancer. Dr. Mozaffarian, Dean of the Friedman School of Nutrition at Tufts University, states, "The statistics are horrifying, but unlike COVID, these diseases happened gradually, enough that people just shrug their shoulders. These are the biggest risk factors for illness and death from COVID-19. Instead of just shrugging off these facts, what can we do to improve our health and our children's health? If you or your loved ones would like to prevent and reverse these lifestyle diseases, I'd like to show you what you can do right now. Research shows that a low-fat, whole food, plant-based diet may lower our risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and may even reverse them. I'd like to show you 5 dietary strategies to optimize your immunity and improve your metabolic health. The first strategy is eat anti-inflammatory foods. For years, we've known that inflammation has been linked to arthritis, but now we know it's also associated with heart disease, cancer, diabetes, asthma, and Alzheimer's. Diet and exercise are especially helpful in combating chronic inflammation. Specifically, berries, red grapes, red and purple fruits and vegetables are anti-inflammatory and antioxidative when they're consumed regularly. Notice on the slide that all types of berries are highest in antioxidants. On the veggie side, we have garlic, artichoke, and red cabbage on top, and many more. A study by the American Cancer Society looked at nearly 100,000 people and found those who ate the most berries were significantly less likely to die of cardiovascular disease. Berries may also boost our levels of natural killer cells, a type of white blood cell that's critical in fighting viruses and cancer and COVID. Anthocyanins are special antioxidants in berries and dark green leafies, make them brain foods. Harvard University researchers studied 16,000 women and found those who consumed at least 1 serving of blueberries and 2 servings of strawberries per week had slower rates of cognitive decline by as much as 2.5 years. This means by simply adding a handful of berries per day to a healthy diet, we may slow our brain's aging up to 2.5 years. Purple cabbage has the same special brain protective antioxidants as berries, but at a fraction of the cost. What's amazing, these improvements in the brain can occur quickly. In one of Dr. Shukit Hale's studies, seniors had improved memory just in 3 months after adding blueberries to a healthy diet. Berries are beneficial for any age group. A study showed that children aged 7 to 10 continued to improve their memory and problem-solving abilities proportional to the amount of purple berries they consumed. Strategy number 2 is optimize your gut health. Our body has 100 trillion bacteria living inside our digestive system. Collectively, they're called the gut microbiome. Among those trillions of gut bacteria, there are about 1,000 different species. Some are linked to health, others are linked to disease. A healthy microbiome is very important for our immune and heart health, for healthy weight and improved overall health. 70% of our immune system lives in the gut. So if we have a healthy gut microbiome, we will have a strong immune system. The problem is the typical Western diet, high in saturated fat found in meat and dairy, trans fats found in fast foods, sugar and processed foods encourage the growth of unhealthy gut bacteria that produce pro-inflammatory compounds. These foods are negatively affecting our intestines, brain, liver, and immune system. But when we eat fruits and vegetables, whole grains and beans, we stimulate our body to manufacture healthy gut bacteria that produce anti-inflammatory compounds. Perhaps you're thinking, I've been eating lots of meat and chips and sweets and fast foods, and my gut microbiome must be a mess. You're probably right. But the good news is, when you switch to a whole plant-based diet, within 1 month you can have increased numbers of the good guys and decreased numbers of the bad disease-causing guys. When I ask my patients, which foods do you think have the highest amount of fiber? They often say steak. But as you can see on the slide, there is 0 fiber in meat, chicken, fish, or dairy, unless you eat the wrapper. Legumes or beans are the highest source of fiber, then vegetables, whole grains, and fruits. Let's talk about your waist. Would you like a slimmer waist and better blood sugar control? Eat beans daily. People who consume beans regularly have slimmer waists, improved blood sugar and insulin levels, as well as lower risk of stroke, colon cancer, lower blood pressure, and body weight. If we look at the populations that live the longest in the blue zones around the world, they eat a variety of legumes, beans, split peas, chickpeas, lentils, vegetables, whole grains, and fruits. But only 3% of Americans get adequate fiber in their diet. So let's get on the fiber bandwagon, but let's increase our fiber gradually over several weeks and even a month until we are up to 40 grams a day. Make sure you're also drinking 8 to 12 glasses of water per day. So next time you go food shopping, stroll along that bean aisle and pick up a variety of dried or canned beans that you haven't tried before and start enjoying the superb health benefits of this superfood. Point number 3, avoid immune suppressors. These are foods high in saturated fats, sugar, processed foods, meats, baked goods made with white flour. People who eat diets high in saturated fat and cholesterol are at risk for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. You may say, I'll change my diet later. Let me enjoy whatever I like right now, I'm young. Let's say you have sausage McMuffin for breakfast. These foods can stiffen your arteries within hours after eating, decreasing their ability to relax by 50%. Then 5 hours later, just as inflammation starts to calm down, it's lunchtime. You have a ham sandwich on white bread with chips and a soda. You've whacked your arteries with another load of harmful food. For dinner, you have steak, potatoes, and gravy, green beans bathed in butter, salad with ranch dressing, ice cream for dessert. That's your third bomb of saturated fat and sugar. This type of diet, combined with a sedentary lifestyle, promotes chronic inflammation. No wonder then that by 10 years of age, nearly all our children have fatty streaks of first stage atherosclerosis. So by the time we're in our 20s and 30s, these fatty streaks turn into full-blown plaques. By the time we're 40 or 50, they start killing us off. To decrease inflammation, we need to limit our saturated fat and sugar intake. The American Heart Association recommends men should limit their sugar to 9 teaspoons or less, women to less than 6 teaspoons, limit saturated fat to 5 to 6% of total calories. That would be 11 grams on a 2,000 calorie diet and 8 grams on a 1,400 calorie diet. The daily menu I just gave you had over 50 grams of saturated fat and over 50 grams of sugar. That's 5 times the recommended amount for sugar and saturated fat. Now let's look at the top sources of sugar in our diet. As you can see on the slide, sugary drinks are on top. Low-fat fruit yogurt has 45 grams of sugar. One Coke has 39 grams. So each of those foods wipes out your sugar intake for the day. So tomorrow morning, instead of bacon and eggs or sausage McMuffin, try this healthy breakfast. Steel-cut oats with half a cup of blueberries, a quarter cup of nuts or 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, with 2 or 3 fruit and rice or soy milk. That's an amazing breakfast. On Sunday, try making scrambled tofu and baked potatoes. To cut down on your saturated fat, begin by having 1 meatless meal daily. Then next week, 1 meatless day, and so on. Slowly keep making your meat portions smaller and smaller until you completely push it off your plate. Do this over a 2 or 3 month period until you have switched to a plant-based diet. When you go grocery shopping, instead of walking through the meat department, the ice cream and soda aisles, stop. Make a U-turn and go to the produce section. Stock up on those colorful fruits, vegetables, and beans loaded with natural sugar and fiber, and watch your health improve. The 4th strategy to boost health and immunity is eat healthy omega fats. Cut out those animal fats. Omega-3 fats reduce inflammation and maintain cellular, heart, and brain health. They improve kidney function and eye and skin health. Plant sources of omega-3 fats are flax and chia seeds, walnuts, avocados, edamame, which are green soybeans, and many dark green leafy vegetables. Just a few spoonfuls of ground flaxseed per day can lower blood pressure 2 or 3 times better than the leading blood pressure drug. Flax seeds have only good side effects, reducing inflammation, breast and prostate cancer risk, and curing constipation. Use cold-pressed oil sparingly. Research shows that oil may impair white blood cell function, and high-fat diets may lower immunity. You may say, I'm a vegetarian or vegan, and I don't eat meat, chicken, and fish. But even vegetarians may eat too much oil, especially fried foods, which increase inflammation. So avoid frying foods in oil. Steam your onions and garlic in vegetable broth or a little water, and eat 1/4 cup of raw nuts a day. The famous Pyramid study found that just a single handful of nuts every day for a few years cut stroke risk in half. The 5th strategy to stronger immunity is eat your greens. Researchers from Harvard University showed dark greens offer the strongest protection against cancer and heart disease. They help to improve blood flow to the brain and help us live longer. So if you have heart disease or want to prevent it, and if you wish to enhance your immunity, you need to know the power of nitric oxide. This is a key messenger in the body. It signals muscles within artery walls to relax and promotes better blood flow. Without nitric oxide, your arteries can stiffen, become dysfunctional, and raise your risk of a heart attack and high blood pressure. A recent study found that nitric oxide significantly inhibited the growth of SARS coronavirus. When you eat certain vegetables rich in natural nitrates, your body will convert it to nitric oxide. Beets are king when it comes to raising nitric oxide levels. One study showed that consuming a beet juice supplement raised nitric oxide levels in subjects by 21% in just 45 minutes. Several other studies showed a 10-point systolic blood pressure drop in subjects within hours after drinking beet juice. This effect lasted all day. Green leafy vegetables like arugula is on the top, being high in nitric oxide. Kale, spinach, Swiss chard, butter leaf lettuce, as you can see, are all packed with nitrates. So the single best way for you to get your nitric oxide fix is to eat one large green salad every day. I'm not talking about iceberg lettuce salad, but a dark green leafy salad with all these goodies we showed you. Besides, you can make lightly steamed green veggies on the side with your meal. Another great way to add more dark green vegetables is by adding them to pasta sauces and soups during the last minute of cooking. Garlic also boosts levels of nitric oxide. Garlic lowers an overreactive immune system. It boosts our immunity. Garlic lowers blood pressure and cholesterol. In one research trial, when they gave subjects garlic supplements, they had 60% fewer colds and recovered only in 1.5 days instead of 5 than the controls. As you can see on the slide, this 90-year-old gentleman believes in the immune power of garlic. He has his daily dose by covering every inch of his avocado toast with 2 to 4 raw garlic cloves, thinly sliced. He happens to be my dad. Perhaps you may wish to try his garlic recipe. So eat 1 clove of garlic per day. Use lots of garlic and onions in cooking and in dressings. To review, as you can see on the slide, you want to have 3 to 4 fresh fruit every single day, including half a cup of berries, 3 to 4 servings of whole grains. 1 serving is half a cup or a slice of bread. You want to have 4 to 5 vegetables a day, unlimited number of greens, 2 to 3, 4, 5 servings of greens, 1 to 3 cups of legumes, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, and a 1/4 cup of raw nuts. You may say this all sounds great. Sure, I'd love to eat a plant-based diet, but I feel this diet is a little extreme and too much work. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, the physician who has been helping hundreds of patients stop and reverse the progression of heart disease, states, some people think the plant-based whole food diet is extreme. 500,000 people a year will have their chests opened up and a vein taken from their leg and sewn down onto their coronary artery. Some people would call that extreme. So, strong immunity begins with you. You can choose if you want to live the rest of your life with high blood pressure, extra weight, diabetes, or heart disease. Swallowing a handful of pills every morning, feeling lack of energy, not feeling well? Or will you choose a whole plant-based diet, exercise, and a healthy lifestyle to be your medicine? Is it worth your time and effort to shop and plan and cook healthy meals for yourself and your loved ones? Definitely, because you are investing in the health of your family. And by the way, get your children and spouse involved in the food shopping and food prep. Make it fun. Your health and theirs depends on it. If you go plant-based, you won't be alone in your health journey. Presently, there are 9.7 million Americans who have adopted a plant-based diet, and the number is growing. There are thousands of Seventh-day Adventists who follow a plant-based diet for decades, and research shows they have a lower incidence of heart disease, diabetes, obesity, stroke, cancer, as well as a longer lifespan. If you're wondering who prescribed the original plant-based diet, over 6,000 years ago, a wise and loving Creator gave to man the original plant-based diet in the Garden of Eden. And God said, "See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. to you it shall be for food. This diet prevents and even reverses heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and obesity. It enhances our immunity and increases our lifespan. The Creator gave us fruits and vegetables in a rainbow of colors, loaded with phytonutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, designed to nourish and heal every cell of our body. He's interested in helping you get back on the original whole plant-based diet. You can count on him.
Hi everyone, we have a special gift for you. The Ministry of Healing is a book that shows you how you can improve your mental, physical, and spiritual health. It has excellent information about building a healthy and happy home. We're offering this book for free to the first 100 people who call us at 540-366-9400. But wait, that's not all. We would also like to offer you LifeSource magazine. This magazine will help you on your wellness journey. This issue has topics such as the power of a plant-based diet, how to make a switch to a plant-based diet, vitamin D, omega-3 fats, the smart fats, how to improve brain function, and many others. Plus, it has a whole section of delicious plant-based recipes with a picture for each. Again, we are only offering these special resources to the first 100 people who call us at 540-366-9400. So pick up the phone. You'll be glad you did.